What is going on, Horror Horde and Media Maniacs? This is your boy Horror Gamer back with another video for you. And as you can tell by the title of this video, we're going to be doing a review. And what's the movie? Well, it's in the title as well. We're going to be talking about The Exorcist Believer. So, before I get into the review, I waited a few days to do this, that way everybody could watch it. I'm going to do my best not to spoil the movie for you, just in case you haven't seen it. But anything that I say beyond this point, if it spoils it for you, I apologize. So if you haven't seen the movie, pause this, go check it out, come back. Let me know in the comment section what you think, whether you agree with my opinion, whether you disagree with my opinion. Keep it cool, guys. We don't want no fighting, just keep it cool. Everybody has their opinion, but you don't gotta be mean about it. So, but with all that being said, this is what your boy thinks. And I'm just gonna go right out there and say it. I did not hate this movie. I know right now, the popular thing to do is get on the internet and say how much garbage this movie was, this, that, and the third, because everybody out there right now is just dumping on this movie because it's David Gordon Greene and he ruined the Halloween, his Halloween trilogy was trash and he's going to ruin The Exorcist and blah, 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 blah. I'm getting away from all that. I'm not going to follow in with the trend that's going around right now, saying how garbage The Exorcist is, because the movie wasn't garbage. Was it as good as the OG Exorcist? No, it wasn't. Of course not. And there's not many movies that are. In my opinion, The Exorcist is the greatest horror movie ever made. So nothing's going to touch The Exorcist in my opinion. But is it as bad as what everybody's trying to say? Not at all. The movie starts out, this guy and his wife are in Africa, I guess on vacation, and they're having a great time, and then all of a sudden this big earthquake happens, and his wife, who's she's pregnant, is in her hotel room, and then all of a sudden her hotel just like collapses, and she's trying to get out. And, she falls on her stomach and stuff, and they're in this, I guess, survivor's camp or whatever, and the doctors tell the guy, we can only save one, your wife or your child. Well, jump 13 years later, his daughter is, in, I would say, kind of, middle school, and she has her and her friends, and her and her dad have a real close relationship. And one day, his daughter and her friend decide that they want to go into the woods and do a seance so the girl can talk to her mother. Then they disappear for 3 days. Okay, so for me, that whole disappearance sequence, it lasted a little longer than it should have. The first hour of the movie was about them being gone for 3 days, and then that took a little too long. They could have probably wrapped that up in about 15-20 minutes, and it had more of the build up to the final exorcism. But when that part was over and they came back with the build up of them being possessed and them slowly and gradually becoming worse and worse, phenomenal. I thought it was really cool. And when they brought in Mrs. McNeil, that was great too. And then there's this one scene where she goes and she sees the one girl who is in the insane asylum because they think she's crazy, and then she's talking in deep voice and all this other stuff, all messed up. But I think the scariest part was when she went to go see the other girl who they were taking care of her at the house. And she walks in, and Mrs. McNeil goes and says, "We've met before," and it sounded like the same demon who possessed Reagan. So that was pretty cool, and I believe they did Mrs. McNeil dirty. But anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about. But anyway, they get built up to the exorcism sequence, and I like how they did it in this movie. I'm not going to ruin anything, but it was a pretty epic exorcism scene. There's one part of this movie that really sticks with me, and it has stuck with me since I've seen it. And I kind of feel bad for the character. If you haven't seen it, then you have to watch it. But those of you who have seen it, I kind of think you know what I'm talking about. It's the one little girl. I'm not going to go any further into it, but I just want to say there's a sequence in the movie where I kind of feel bad for the one little girl, and that part kind of stuck with me, and it was towards the end. So, but all in all, the movie wasn't garbage. So don't, fall into what the internet wants you to believe. It was a decent movie. It was a fun flick. Could it have been better? Of course. I'm saying it's a follow-up to The Exorcist. Is everything that David Gordon Greene directs trash? No, it's not. I mean, people didn't like Halloween Ends, but people wanted something different, and he gave them different, and people didn't like it. But you're entitled to that. It's whatever. I personally don't think that this movie was as bad as what everybody's saying it is. It wasn't the greatest movie ever made by all means, but it wasn't straight trash. It was actually watchable, and I could watch it again. Would I go to theaters to see it again? Probably not, but I will say it's going to make its way to the collection when it comes out. 100% absolutely. And then also there's a scene at the end that was really awesome too. So if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. But all in all, guys, the movie wasn't bad, wasn't great. Internet's really blowing it out of proportion, really making it seem really trashy, but it's really not. Go see it yourself. Go in with an open mind. Don't go in with high expectations, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. So, all right, everybody. With all that being said, I hope you enjoyed this review. Oh, I almost forgot to give it a score. If I'd have to give The Exorcist Believer a score, I'm going to have to give it 7 out of 10. It's watchable. So, all right, guys. Now, with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you, guys. Don't forget, next week, we are going to be announcing the winner of the 1300 Spooktober subscriber giveaway. You have until Friday night, October 20th at 9 p.m. And then all is done. I'm done taking entries, and then whoever's in it is in it. So I hope you guys are ready for it. I hope whoever wins, good luck to all you guys. I wish I could have all you guys win. But anyways, all right, guys, all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button along with that bell notification every time your boy Horror Gamer or Media Fiend throws up a review or an unboxing or anything like that. You're in the know. All right, guys, all that being said, I love you. Thank you. And until next time, this is your boy Horror Gamer saying, as always, don't fear the darkness. Embrace it. And go check out The Exorcist Believer. Don't listen to what the internet says. And I'm out.